before.
Would it kill them to run away? Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that. Feeling chattier. You, but now I'm going to.
Aarox is here, mortal. See how they tremble before us. To the next gate.
Don't like your odds.
The last barrier falls, mortal. To the volcano. My vengeance is at hand. I was so close. The curse reasserts itself. Aarox is a miserable dead rat once more. No matter. Aarox is still Aarox. I am with you, Master. This way. Too late, mortal. The anchorite's blood flows through the catalyst, and soon, Vulcanar. No bonds can withstand.
Do you want to brag about that, or should I?
You are free, anchorite. Meddlesome fools. I already have what I need from Emperor Moronar's heir. The embodiment of destruction and creation. Power within one mighty fall! I am the perfected incarnate! Vulcanar's Nokros! Prepare to meet your doom! Doom him, Master!
I'll support you.
Disaster take
just
you
like at the
more.
Ribbon
My
Cataclysm.
power will be ready to use!
I am disaster personified!
You need my power, friend! I need a moment to gather my power!
to deal with the perfected Cataclysm. We need to destroy the Cataclysm so they can't create any more of those abominable incarnates! We actually did it! I wasn't sure you'd come for me, but I'm glad you did. Wait. Do you feel that? Something's coming. Oh no.
Noctros underestimated you. You are indeed powerful. For mortals. I remember you, little one. Morikar's whelp. I have plans for you. Your companions, however, are a momentary nuisance. I shall destroy them.
Fall back! We cannot fight Mehrunes Dagon.
Hang on! I'll get us out of here!
Oh, Fargrave, how I missed you.
Well fought, all of you. Lord Aerox, it was an honor to share a battlefield with you.
Yes. Forever they will fear my name, no matter what form I wear.
Back to the House of Whims. We need time to recover. And to talk.
Walk the streets with pride, mortals. You saved Fargrave. And most likely Nairn as well.
But did you hear? Mehrunes Dagon said he had plans for me.
Yes. The Prince of Destruction took note of you, Anchorite. You overcame his most powerful minions.
There has to be more to it than that. My mother, Sister Seldina, told me I would help Mehrunes Dagon destroy the mortal world.
A false prophecy, perhaps? Let it lie for now.
I suppose. I just have a feeling this isn't over. Not yet.
There is always another battle, but you need not seek it today.
Why am I cursed with such a task?
Well fought, mortal champion. With the defeat of the traitor Nokvras, our honor is once again unquestioned, and Fargrave remains safe for the independent clans. You fight like us, so celebrate like us. Bask in the glory you have earned. Follow the orders of my Kinreeve, of course. But if I must guess, I think Rincaius will keep us in Fargrave for now. I am sure a few waking flame cultists still skulk around, hoping to escape punishment. They should be disabused of that hope.
Oh, Lord Sotha Seal. I didn't expect to see you here.
I can't state firmly enough how bad it would have been if Valkanar's Nokvras and his incarnates gained control of Fargrave. Your victory was pivotal to countless futures. Broadly speaking, the innumerable lives within the reach of that unusual place would have been turned for the worse. Speaking as a Psijic, the scale and scope of the forces at work were capable of drifting beyond our shared temporal experience. I doubt Nokvras had the imagination to use Fargrave's unique properties in such a way, but the potential for unintentional disruptions was within the realm of possibility. Regardless, you've changed things for the better. We all owe you our thanks. There's no more cause for concern. Once I was able to wrap my head around the concept, navigating the ever-shifting nature of this realm has become almost second nature. Though I must appear a flailing novice compared to Master Irvank. I wandered alongside him for a time, observing. Master Irvank's a remarkable being. He seems to read the flow of the 11th Force so clearly, he's practically precognitive, though he never once attempted to alter its course. Only puzzling. I don't know whether Irvank can't affect the force of change, or simply chooses not to. In our travels, he simply drifted along its currents like a cork in a river, pushed harmlessly aside by the ripples and rapids of turbulent events.
Psst. Tufei doesn't want to draw you away from the festivities, but she recognized you. You helped her out by the reformatory. Did this one hear you stop the cultist plans again? Thank you. You've helped more than just Tufei's family. This one retraced her steps. The path to the portal was well worn by those ever-burning cultists. Tufei even gathered the courage to free some of the cult's prisoners whenever she came across a group of the flame-cursed kidnappers. Knowing her sister's fate changed Tufei. She lacks combat skills, but she knows how to be quiet and where to cut. Tufei won't bore you with the details, but she hopes to free every innocent person from the waking flame's clutches. It is, but Tufei now knows the impact one skilled adventurer can have. She will train herself and set off when she can do some good.
Chainbreaker, it is good to see that you survived Ardent Hope. Though we do not often make such alliances, the Blade Bearers will stand with you whenever you call. You have earned this honor.
You have proven yourself in realms where most mortals fear to tread. I will remember your name, mortal. Vame of the Blade Bearers would be honored to fight by your side.
Kinri Vrinkaias was right to trust you, mortal. I look forward to seeing how your legend grows.
Quite the cause célèbre, aren't you? It seems that while I busied myself with other affairs, you assailed the fortress of a Dremora warlord and escaped the Lord of Destruction himself. If I'm not careful, your reputation may begin to outshine my own. Quite the cause célèbre, aren't you? It seems that while I busied myself with other affairs, you assailed the fortress of a Dremora warlord and escaped the Lord of... Quite the cause célèbre, aren't you? It seems that while I busied myself with other affairs...
Rumors of what you've done have flown across plains. Can't say I'm too surprised after what I saw in that citadel. Don't know how you see yourself, but you're a hero to the entire Kalmar clan. I reached an awful town called Wretched Spire. From there, I hitched a ride with a merchant caravan headed this way. I'm learning a lot about the people living beyond our home. Villages, families, communities exist in places I didn't expect. Need to keep moving, you know? Maybe find another caravan, head to more strange cities. Learn more than I could have ever thought. Eventually I'll go back to Nirn, but not for a while.
Once again, my mistress, the Dread Lady, Lyrinth the Dremora, deigns to share her infinite wisdom with a chosen mortal. Why she continues to choose you, I have no idea. No matter, are you prepared to hear the words of the Dread Lady?
They say you destroyed Valkanar's Nokvraz, and even escaped Lord Mehrunes Dagon himself. Surely this is some jest. If not, perhaps I misjudged your strength.
I do so adore a conquering hero, my darling. Do you like the welcome I prepared? It was the best I could do on short notice. Lyranth awaits you upstairs, but know that I plan to show you all the pleasures of the House of Whims. Later, no charge.
All this toil and still so far from my freedom. Value that, mortal. You may spend your days avoiding death, but at least your path is one of your own choosing.
You earned my respect, mortal. And that of all my blade bearers. I hope we will fight by your side again one day. Until then, watch over the anchorite. I made light of Mehrunes Dagon's words, but there is purpose in everything he says. Many of my kin fell. Most of them, in fact. We were sorely outnumbered by Valkanar's Nokvraz's forces, but I do not grieve, mortal. Those whose bodies were destroyed in ardent hope will return soon enough. And every blade bearer fell with honor. No kin goes willingly into the dark, mortal. We fight hard to stave it off, just as you would. And I will miss my clan brothers and clan sisters until they return. Some I will see again soon. Others I may not see again for a prince's age. Our feud with Nokvraz and his minions is over. Those of my kin who suffered at his hands have been avenged. And the tale of our wrath will be told far and wide. But I shall be keeping an eye on Mehrunes Dagon's forces from now on. Just in case.
I admit, I'm kind of at a loss. Destroying the Cataclysts, fighting Dagon's servants, confronting my own mother. The world was simpler when the mask hid me from myself. It's going to take a lot of time to sort through my recovered memories. Do I know the truth? Some things still remain hidden. I know who my mother and father were, yes, but I don't recall much about my childhood. I couldn't tell you where I grew up or who raised me, and I don't know what Mehrunes Dagon wants with me. You're right. Fargrave offers some protection, at least. Mehrunes Dagon's Daedric servants can't violate the stricture. But I can't hide from the Prince of Destruction forever, and I don't really want to try. I can't rest yet. There are still pieces missing from the puzzle of who I am. I think I'd better find them before I face Mehrunes Dagon again. Where will that take me? Who knows? No matter what, I'm still the anchorite. I like who I've become.
Gratitude is a mortal concept. Still, you carried me until I was able to fly once more. That deserves recognition. I will simply say this. You are the first mortal I do not wish to eat. I did not do it for you or the Anchorite Master. I did it because it offered my best chance for vengeance. Had I chosen the safe course, Nokvraz would have been beyond my reach by the time Lirenth found a way to break the curse permanently. You do not know as much about Daedra as you think, Master. We are patient, for time is on our side. In some century to come, I will find another way to break this curse. But even if I do not, our triumph over Volkanar's Nokvraz lives forever. Lirenth has been a bad influence on me. I confess I am curious about your doings. Mortals, that is. I think I will follow you for a time and see what else befalls you in this realm. Who knows? You might find something else that can break my curse.
All has turned out to my satisfaction. I learned what I needed to, and you eliminated the threat of incarnates laying waste to Fargrave and the mortal world. And with Sister Seldina and Volkanar's Nokvraz gone, none remain to build new cataclysts. You have served me well, and I have a certain fondness for you, mortal. But do not presume that we are friends. Dromora have no need of such things, and I will not share my secrets with you. They are mine, and mine alone. Let us talk of other things. The Anchorite has demonstrated the ability to survive whatever hardships come her way. She will sort out her memories and come to terms with her parentage, eventually. And she should be safe here in Fargrave. The stricture will see to that. It is over for now, little mortal. I, too, am curious about the daughter of a Longhouse Emperor. But thanks to your efforts at Ardent Hope, she remains out of Dagon's hands. You have served both me and your world well. Take this, with my gratitude. We have done well, little mortal. The cataclysts are destroyed. It is over for now, little... We stopped the Waking Flame's threat to Blackwood and saved Fargrave from the Incarnates. But many questions remain unanswered. Mehrunes Dagon is still a threat to your world, mortal, and there are things I still wish to learn. Will you aid me again? I want to resume our search for the fourth ambition. And we should track down the other ambitions, Sombrin and Kalia. They need to rejoin us before Mehrunes Dagon's lackeys find them. I also want to know why Dagon is interested in the Anchorite. I sent for your wood elf friend, Evely Sharp-Arrow. I asked her to comb through the Longhouse Emperor's documents, to look for more clues as to the fourth ambition's hiding place. She should arrive shortly. Let us meet her in the Plaza of Portals. The window of opportunity closes quickly, mortal. Both for what I still wish to learn, and for you to save your world. Mehrunes Dagon has been thwarted twice, but that will only make him more dangerous next time. Let us go meet up with the Wood Elf. Do you seek praise? You have done as I asked and been compensated. That is the mortal custom, is it not? You want more? Very well. You helped me unravel the Longhouse Emperor's secrets in Blackwood, where we discovered 3 of the 4 ambitions. Yes, but Destron was killed during the battle with the Order of the Waking Flame's High Priest. Still, we kept Sombrin and Kalia out of Mehrunes Dagon's hands. Now they wander the Deadlands with the Mysterium Xarxes, learning to control their powers. So you do remember. Yes, in that Oblivion realm, we learned about the Cataclysts and the process for creating incarnates before you destroyed the devices. And we met the Anchorite, heir to the Longhouse bloodline. Dagon seemed very interested in her. No, but perhaps one of my contacts in Fargrave has heard whispers of powerful mortals hiding in the Deadlands. We will turn our attention to locating the ambitions after we talk to Evely, and see what she has learned. You and the Wood Elf uncovered many documents in the Imperial vaults. We barely had time to examine them before other tasks drew our attention. Maybe they will reveal the location or the identity of the fourth ambition. One can only hope. My curiosity is not yet sated. There are still things I wish to know about Mehrunes Dagon's plans and the creation of the ambitions. I intend to learn these and other things. Since our goals align, why not continue to work together?
I admit, I'm kind of at a loss. Destroying the Cataclysts, fighting Dagon's servants, confronting my own mother. Do I know the truth?
Gratitude is a mortal concept.
The window of opportunity closed.
You're becoming something of a celebrity, my dear. Well earned, I must say. I do hope you won't stop coming to visit. Perhaps one of these days I'll convince you to stay.
This place is amazing! Hey, friend. Good to see you. This place is incredible! Investigator Vale never went to Oblivion in any of her stories, so I wasn't sure what to expect. I was nervous when Lyrinth said I had to use a portal to get here, but this is great! And you're here now, so it's even better. A lot of crazy talk about conquest, Mehrunes Dagon, and staining the world with the blood of their enemies, but nothing more about the ambitions. Ugh, it's so frustrating. I definitively could tell that Emperor Leovic had certain records destroyed. Yeah, sorry. I know Lyrinth was counting on me to come up with some clue to follow. I thought I had a lead about one of their holdings, but I hit a dead end. It seems like the Longhouse Emperors took all the information with them to their graves. Mostly helping out around Leowyn, and I did a couple of small tasks for Governor Keshu, rounding up a few stray cultists, that sort of thing. Otherwise, it's been pretty quiet. Until Lyrinth contacted me, that is. She gave me the highlights. Weird Cataclysm devices, Sister Seldina, that evil Nokvros guy. I'm sorry I wasn't there to help. I can't wait to meet the Anchorite, though. I always thought about getting a mask, like the Green Hood or the Scarlet Judge. She sent one of her creepy followers to bring me messages. That Rogatina woman. Letters mostly, but Lyrinth did stop by to give me final instructions on how to get to Fargrave. I got to use a portal key. That was exciting. She gave me the highlights. Weird Cataclysm devices.
The Longhouse documents were no help, and I still haven't heard any word from my contacts. Our next chance can be found at the House of Whims.
The House of Whims? That sounds intriguing.
Meet me at the House of Whims. It's time to explore the Anchorite's memories. Anchorite, Mehrunes Dagon was particularly interested in you at Ardent Hope. We must examine your memories.
So you're the Anchorite, huh? Neat mask.
Thanks. I like your bow, too.
Let us begin. Mortal, use the memory vessel to capture fragments of the Anchorite's recollections as the ritual progresses.
I know know I agreed to take part in this ritual, but now I'm not so sure. Since my memories all came flooding back to me, I haven't been able to make sense of a fraction of them. I'm not sure what Madam Wim will find, or if it will actually help. No, not at all. I just doubt we're going to turn up anything useful. I got 20 years of memories restored in a few seconds. It may take more than a single ritual to sift through them all. Besides, there may not be any that can actually help us. Maybe. So far, though, I've had no luck making sense of all the memories. They still feel like they belong to somebody else, you know? Hey, have you noticed that Lyrinth is more serious than usual? A little more scary? Probably nothing, right? Yeah. Strange doesn't even begin to cover how I felt when he addressed me directly at Ardent Hope. Well, go ahead and grab the memory vessel and let's get this started. Who knows? Maybe we'll get some answers after all.
Madam Wim has agreed to try to untangle the Anchorite's restored memories. Since we have no leads on the fourth ambition, or where to look for Sombren and Kalia, we must resort to this. Let us get on with it, mortal. Stop wasting time talking to me.
Lyrinth asked me to help the Anchorite sort out her restored memories, so I devised this ritual. Take the memory vessel and we will begin. This is a delicate process, and I make no promises. We may learn what Lyrinth wants, or we may not.
So that's the Anchorite, huh? Neat mask. I hope she's all right with this. You better follow this Madam Wim's instructions and start the ritual.
Use the vessel to collect the memory fragments when they appear. I will use the Anchorite's amulet as a focus.
Is this supposed to hurt?
There, a memory fragment. Take it.
She is my blood. The legacy of the Longhouse Emperors flows through her veins.
Keep going. We are close.
Another memory fragment. Take it before it disperses.
You are a tool, nothing more. Fulfill your purpose, or you will be discarded.
No! Please, make it stop!
You're hurting her! Stop! Stop this now!
Foolish mortals! You try my patience!
I think I'm going to be sick. Everything is spinning. Images, snatches of memory. But it all happened too fast. Like a leaf caught in a river during a storm. Everything was rushing by. It was so violent. Ask Madam Wim if she can make any sense out of what you captured in the memory vessel.
That went too far. Did they really need to torture the Anchorite to get answers? There has to be another way. I won't stand by and watch someone suffer like that. Madam Wim and Lyrinth seemed fine with it, of course. Maybe it's a mortal thing. Or just a me thing. Either way, Lyrinth looks like she wants to tear my head off. But I don't regret it. I'm not sure. She's acting strange. Something's going on with her. Why does she care so much about Mehrunes Dagon and the ambitions anyway? It has to be more than just her Daedric curiosity, because she sure doesn't care what happens to Nirn.
The Wood Elf had no right to stop the ritual. It was not her decision to make. Without any other lead, the Anchorite's memories were our best chance to determine Mehrunes Dagon's plans. Now we have nothing. You seek to quell my anger by suggesting we may still salvage something from this debacle. Very well. Show the memory vessel to Madam Wim. Let her tell us what it contains before I take my leave. We have no clue as to how to find the last ambition. The ritual was halted before it could fully sort the Anchorite's memories. Only one other avenue remains open: Sombrin and Kalia. The likelihood that I can locate them is slim, but I must try. Do I seem tense? Well, you and Evely seem oddly calm for creatures whose very plane of existence is under threat. Do you enjoy it here in Fargrave? Shall this sandpit be your sanctuary once Mehrunes Dagon conquers your world? Go. Deal with Wim.
The Anchorite's memories are too scattered, unfocused. She has not yet come to grips with the fact that these newly restored memories belong to her. Let me see the memory vessel. Perhaps we were able to gather something useful after all. Ah, this is a very early memory. The Anchorite as a babe, hearing her father's voice. I can use this, yes. Another early memory, but this time her father's voice is cold, commanding. These fragments vibrate with emotional veracity, a signature of sorts. I can use that to scry the location of the Longhouse Emperor, or, more accurately, his soul. If you find the Emperor, you can talk to him. Get the information you need directly from Morakar himself. I sense he is imprisoned in the Deadlands, in the Brandfire Reformatory. Take the Anchorite's amulet. It will lead you to the Emperor's soul. As I understand it, the amulet was a gift from father to daughter. Its connection to Morakar is strong. Use it in the Reformatory and it will lead you to him. However, what state his soul will be in after decades of torture, I do not know.
I'll meet you at the Brandfire Reformatory. I want to see this memory or lost soul or whatever it is when we find it.
Very well. You and the Anchorite explore Brandfire Reformatory. Locate the souls of the Longhouse Emperors and learn what you can. I will meet up with you after I locate Kalia and Sombrin.
If Lyrinth is going to search for Kalia and Sombrin, she's going to need my help. I'm practically an expert at finding ambitions now. Also, I want to keep an eye on her. We'll meet back up with you if we find those two.
It's my amulet and my memories, so I'm going with you.
Very well. Take the Anchorite and explore this memory. See where it leads. Meanwhile, I will begin the hunt for Sombrin and Kalia.
You shouldn't go alone, Lyrinth. I'll join you.
How distrustful, Evely. Fine. Mortal, we will find you when we have word.
What you accomplished at Tava's blessing was a miracle. The gods are surely with you.
This is it. Madam Wim said the amulet would guide us to Emperor Morikar's soul. Go ahead and use it. Madam Wim said to use the amulet to guide us, right? Let's do that and look around. I doubt she'd mislead us. A wisp! Let's follow it. I wonder how many souls are trapped in this place.
Destroy!
I guess this is a fight now. I don't think this is what the Longhouse Emperors expected when they made their bargain with Mehrunes Dagon. A hidden door. I think we need to go in there. That looks like some sort of forge. I wonder if it still works. Did you hear that? It sounded like it came from the furnace. The furnace door is sealed tight. Why would my amulet lead us here?
Open the door. Your Emperor commands it.
The same voice from my memory. Emperor Morikar. There's a discharge labrum there. We need to find and charge some lucents. I think we can open the furnace door by using lucents. I want to see what's inside. See if that voice really belongs to Emperor Morikar. It certainly sounded like the voice from my memory. Let's find some lucents and figure out how this works. You need to find some lucents, preferably charged ones. Otherwise, you need a dynamism. In this case, I think it will ignite the furnace and open the door. That's my best guess anyway. The door opened. All I see is a chunk of slag.
Release us. Obey your Emperor.
There's no doubt about it. The voice came out of that chunk of slag. And it sounds just like Emperor Morikar's voice from my memory. He wants us to free him. Do you think we should? You've seen this place. It's all about torture. I think they fused the souls of the Emperors into that chunk of metal. Seems like a fitting punishment for anyone who incurred Mehrunes Dagon's wrath. But we need to free them to talk to them. We need to ignite the furnace to melt the slag. I spotted 2 more discharge labrums. If we take that charged lucent and stick it in one, that might get us halfway there. We'll need to find a second lucent, though. There are 2 other discharge labrums. If we can find another lucent, we might be able to ignite the furnace. I think we need to ignite the furnace to melt down that slag. Hopefully, that will release whoever is trapped inside, whether it's really Emperor Morikar or not. The furnace has 2 other discharge labrums connected to it. If we move the charged lucent you found to one of them, we'll need to find another lucent for the second. Once both are active, that should ignite the furnace. Look, up there, a lucent. Place the charged lucent in that discharge labrum by the wall. Over here, there's a dynamis font. Let's charge that Lucent. That worked! The Lucent is charged. Now place it in one of the discharge lab rooms. Furnace ignited. Good job.
Released at last. Who must we thank for our freedom?
This is not freedom. No. Simply a respite from the darkness. I remember the traitors at my gates, the blade of the usurper slicing through my flesh. But I hid them away. I did my best to fulfill the bargain. I am Leovic, last of the Longhouse Emperors. But who are you? You have the stink of the traitorous Varen about you. That snake. I knew he was coming. I knew I had to take action. Preserve the plan. Keep the secret. Salvage the contingency. It started with my grandfather, but it was my father who passed the responsibility to me. It was all part of the bargain the Black Drake made with Mehrunes Dagon. We would prepare the 4 ambitions, and in return, our family would rule forever. I took action. I moved the ambitions to new vaults, safe vaults. But before I could do more, the usurper murdered me. How did Mehrunes Dagon reward me? By locking me away in a block of metal. And the secret of the Longhouse Emperors died with me.
I still taste the blood of my enemies, those I crushed beneath my heel. This prison is an insult. I am a conqueror, a god in my own right. My teeth have shred the flesh of hundreds, thousands. I demand the respect I deserve. Has the mortal world already forgotten the name of Dirk-Urach, the Black Drake, first of the Longhouse Emperors? The plan was mine. Mine! The blood of the Reach sings with fury in my veins. How dare Mehrunes Dagon betray my legacy? Lies. You have the tongue of a liar, and I will rip it from your mouth. I will not be swayed by your words. I won't let you betray me. The power promised by the Pact is mine by right. You cannot have it. Away with you!
An eternity of agony. This was not what the Prince of Destruction promised. I did everything the Black Drake commanded. Everything the High Priest instructed. And I gave precise orders to my son. So why the torture? And why is the weapon here? Daughter? You mean the weapon? Why have you brought her here? You cannot let her fall into the hands of Mehrunes Dagon. He reneged on his promise to us. I see no reason to keep our part of the bargain now. You did not know? The girl is one of the 4 ambitions of Mehrunes Dagon. But she's not like the other 3. Oh, no. I made a few modifications of my own to the High Priest's ritual. She is not just an ambition. She is my contingency. An emperor never relies on a single strategy. We were promised power if we delivered the ambitions at the appointed time, but Daedric princes are not to be trusted. So I prepared Mairead as a weapon that could deal with Dagon, should the need arise. My daughter, the 4th ambition, she's the key. Along with the other ambitions, She can call forth the power to banish Mehrunes Dagon. That was my contingency, in case the Prince of Destruction lied, and we needed to send him back to the Deadlands. The Anchorite? Is that what you call Mairead? Ha! Use her. Her and the ambitions. Bring my vengeance to the prince who betrayed us. Go to the Isle of Joys, a retreat not far from here. All the details are there. Ah, someone comes. My ambitions.
I'm an ambition? One of those people Lyranth was talking about? How is that possible?
We are not property or playthings, Morcar.
Sombrin, no!
You are what we created you to be.
You wanted a weapon? Then taste my power!
Oh, Sombrin. Why? Hey, friend. We better talk.
So, the Anchorite is the fourth ambition. Interesting. However, my tolerance for mortal emotions has reached its limit. Who knows what I could have learned had I been allowed to question the Emperors? At least we have the surviving ambitions.
I didn't think Sombrin was going to do something so dramatic. You have to forgive him. He's been very intense lately. I'm not sure how else to describe it. When we first arrived in the Deadlands, he insisted he could help me control my powers, that I could practice without fear of hurting anyone. But lately he's been different. Almost desperate. He spends most of his time reading that strange book, searching desperately for answers. He's obsessed with our power, trying so hard to understand it. But the more frustrated he gets, the more he pulls away. And now, this. I'm worried about him. You must remember, the book Evely gave him, Lyranth called it the Mysterium Xarxis. He's become obsessed with it. He's sure the answer to controlling our powers hides somewhere among its pages, and he pores over them at every opportunity. Not in the same way. I don't think he's having dreams or anything. Sombrin's always been passionate, but since Destron died, his rage has been growing, and the frustration and desperation makes that rage harder, sharper. And what he just did... I've tried, but he wants to protect me. He doesn't want to burden me with the weight he's carrying. I think he needs to work this out for himself. I just hope he can do that soon, before he lets that rage and frustration destroy him.
I almost decided not to accompany Lyranth, but now I'm glad she insisted. How else would I have gotten the opportunity to punish the Longhouse Emperors for what they did to us? Finding the last ambition? That's just a welcome surprise. I have no interest in more of their lies, and neither should you. I gave the Longhouse Emperors exactly what they wanted, my power. Besides, they'll reform in this place eventually. I just couldn't allow them to corrupt the last ambition. Those men were evil when they were alive. Do you think an existence of torture in the Deadlands would change that? The last ambition needs to learn from Kalia and me. I sense that same power inside her that courses through us. We belong together. A fantasy. We can't hope to stand against the Prince of Destruction. Look, I've learned a lot since last we spoke. Too much to explain and too little that you would understand. It's time for the ambitions to take our destiny in our own hands.
That man, Sombrin, he seems familiar. But why did he destroy the Emperors? There was so much more I wanted to ask, especially of Morcar. I can't quite bring myself to call him father. But what Morikos said, is it true? Am I an ambition? Maybe. But familiar or not, they're still strangers. We came here for answers. And while I learned something, it feels like all I got was more questions. Right. Morikos said the answers were waiting at the Isle of Joys. I have no idea where that might be. Look, your friend Everly wants to talk to you, and I need a moment to think this through. But don't worry, I'm with you to the end. I promise.
I am not all right with what just happened. Lyrinth and I managed to find Sombrin and Kalia. We convinced them to come with us. But I had no idea he was going to explode those poor ghosts. Did I hear correctly? The Anchorite is the last ambition? That's just... Did you have any idea? Well, I guess that makes it easy enough. Now we know where all the ambitions are. Did you learn anything else before Sombrin blasted them into non-existence? Wait a moment, I know that name. Remember Lyrinth had me comb through the Longhouse Emperor's documents? That name was listed as one of their hunting retreats. But I couldn't find any other information. Do you know where it is? That's why the map didn't make sense. It wasn't a map of Tamriel. It's the Deadlands. All right, my friend. Let's go see what we can find at the Isle of Joys. Mehrunes Dagon could move against us at any moment. Sure. Let me know when you're ready to go.
That power. That man is an ambition, isn't he? I sense something familiar about him. Or maybe I'm just imagining things.
Please, not now. I need to think.
I fear we're running out of time.
So, the Anchorite is the fourth ambition.
Are you ready to go explore the Isle of Joys?
You're one of us, Anchorite, an ambition. Do you know what that means?
I don't know a lot of things, it seems.
I can answer your questions. Come with us.